Hey everybody, Lego Crusher here, and welcome back to Ace Attorney Ultimate Justice. Woo! This is really good so far. So, let's get back into it. Now, last time I made a oopsie because I didn't save, so I'm one badge down, which really makes me mad. Oh, but oh well. I'm not gonna make any more oopsies because I'm gonna save this time. Now, if I remember right, we were on Makoto's testimony, so we can jump back into that. Got my Miles cursor. I haven't been able to find a Phoenix one, which is sad. But Miles is awesome still. I hear music. There it goes. Okay. So holding up murder. So hit him on the top of the head with that pipe. Oh hey! The buttons are back in the corners. I guess that was just a little glitch last time, so. Let's see. Do I have. What do I have? Actually, I probably shouldn't do it with this. I should probably do it with this. So I don't accidentally present something. Let's see. Metal pipe. Blackmail note. That doesn't help. Let me look at the wallet photo, because I haven't really looked at it. Let's see. Oh! Oh! Makoto's way shorter than this guy. He couldn't have hit him. I am such an idiot. Oh my gosh. If I had just looked at the picture, I would have seen that.
Objection!
Oh my god. Mr. Payne, you claim your case is as flawless as your hair, is that right? Naturally. Oh. Well, in that case, I suggest you start seeing a new barber. Oh! Huh? What do you mean? This has to be a contradiction. As we know, it's confirmed that the victim died from a blow to the top of his head. But in the photo of the victim and the defendant, you can clearly see that Makoto is far shorter than him. What are you saying? What I'm saying is, if the defendant was much shorter than the victim, he couldn't have possibly hit him on the top of the head. Ah! Oh, that is a contradiction. Whoa, great job, Mr. Wright. That was so cool. Oh, it was nothing. Just doing my job. So it is nice to get some appreciation for once. Wow. Well, Mr. Payne, do you have an explanation for this? Uh-oh. Oh no, that's never a good sign. You may have struck me, Mr. Wright, but I will not fall just yet. I implore you to take one more look at the crime scene. There you will see exactly how the defendant could have delivered this blow. Oh boy. I see footprints. Let's see. Well, this photo indicates a way someone short could have hit someone tall on the top of the head. See footprints. Pipe. Boxes. These seem to be kind of bigger than footprints, or am I tripping? I don't think I'm tripping. These seem way bigger than footprints. Those footprints are tiny, but these are huge, and they don't really look like footprints. Huh. I don't think I'm tripping, but Oh! Ow! I'm gonna save. Because I have a weird feeling about these. These seem way bigger than footprints. I'm gonna go with it.
Take that!
Are you talking about these knee prints in the snow in front of the body? That's why they're bigger, okay. Precisely! I admit it's impossible for someone of the defendant's height to strike the victim as described. But what if the victim was kneeling when the killing blow was dealt? Ah, that would explain how it could be done. Knee prints. Ah! Ugh, that's not good. Well, Mr. Wright, do you have any objections now? Let's see. Do I have any objections now? I'm gonna save again. Just in case. I'm gonna say of course. Of course I do. There's something totally weird about that. Sheesh phone. And what would that be? The thing that's wrong is... Save. He wouldn't still be too tall, I don't think. And there was obviously snow at the time, as evident in the picture. I don't think he would still be too tall, would he? No, I don't think so. There wouldn't be a reason to kneel, right? You claim that the victim was kneeling when he was struck. Oh, excuse me, burp. But why would he be on his knees in the first place? Oh, that's a good point. Ah. Well, Mr. Wright, it seems our battle is not over yet. Once again, take a look at the crime scene photo. Oh, sorry. I'm really starting to hate that thing. Me too! If I may direct your attention to the area of snow beneath the victim. Okay. I see signs of a struggle left behind in the snow. As pictured in the victim's mailbag, was open on the ground. This further proves that there was a fight between the victim and the killer. Mailbag added to the court record. Okay. Ah, perhaps he fell to his knees in the struggle. That's exactly right, Your Honor. After an intense battle with the victim over the blackmail note, the defendant pushed him into the ground and struck him on the head to silence him forever. No, I would never do that. That's not what happened at all. It's the only logical explanation.
Objection!
What? No, BS. No, it's only speculation. Can you debunk anything I have said then? Yeah, totally. Mr. Wright, you aren't bluffing, are you? What? Me bluff? Never. Come on. When have I done that? Oh boy. Okay, maybe a little. Mr. Wright! Don't worry, I've got this. I'll turn it around somehow. Wait a second. Mr. Payne said Makoto killed Sapphire because of blackmail, right? Isn't there something huge that contradicts that? Is there? Oh, that's right! Thanks, Komaru. Wow, I feel like a real attorney! Your Honor, if wanted to silence the victim. There's a piece of evidence that should have never been found at the scene. Oh? And what is this evidence, Mr. Wright? That would be this, right? If he didn't want evidence of him being there, there wouldn't be this.
Take that!
The blackmail note? I believe you have it backwards. That note incriminates the defendant in this crime. I beg to differ. If Makoto really wanted to erase all evidence of blackmail to the point he'd commit murder, why would he leave the most incriminating evidence in the victim's pocket? Oof. Well, maybe he didn't know about it. Really? Then how would he know he's being blackmailed in the first place? Perhaps the victim simply threatened him verbally. Really? Then why would he write that ambiguous note? Come on, man. Everything you've proposed so far is merely circumstantial. And the only evidence pointing to the defendant makes no sense. You have no proof Makoto was even at the scene of the crime. Order! Uh-oh, did I break him? That's where you're wrong, Mr. Wright. I have something that does prove the defendant was at the crime scene at the time of the murder. Oh no, I don't like where this is going. Well, that makes things easier. What is this proof, Mr. Payne? A witness! Someone who saw the defendant in the alley just before the deed was done. And what are you waiting for? Call this witness at once. Oh boy. You. Witness, please state your name and occupation. Okay, I have no idea what voice to give you. Let's see. Yutaru Akufuku. I'm a salaryman. I don't know. Pleased to make your acquaintance. What a polite young man! I'm sorry to distract you from your work. Don't worry about it, Your Honor. It's no trouble, just justice must be served after all. I'm adjusting my plans accordingly. How admirable of you to be so organized. But of course, I have rescheduled my day, taking into account the mail routes on TV. My estimation is this will be over in time for my magazine delivery as I tune into the 12 p.m. news. But that's only half an hour from now. Actually, I have accounted for a probable bus delay based on the post-traffic patterns. Very impressive. Now, it is true you witnessed the defendant at the scene of the crime between 4 and 6 p.m. yesterday. It is. Please testify to the court about this experience. With pleasure. Here we go again. Ready, Mr. Wright? Ready. You're going down. I was walking home yesterday evening around 4:30 p.m. On my way, I passed an alleyway and happened to look over. There, I saw two people talking, a mailman and that boy sitting in the defendant's chair. I didn't think anything of it at the time, of course. But when I heard the kid was arrested, I knew I had to let the police know what I saw. So you see, the defendant was undeniably at the scene of the time of the murder. Come on! Uh-oh, this isn't good. What he says is true, Makoto's pretty much a goner. Is there any proof other than this account that Makoto was with the victim at the time? As a matter of fact, there is! Behold! The fuck is that? Some thread? Not just any thread. These are glove fibers found in the victim's clothes. Glove fibers. We suspect they got on the victim during the struggle.
Objection!
What? How does this prove Makoto was the one who fought him? After questioning his family, we discovered that the defendant is known for wearing this color of gloves. Is this true, Komaru? Yeah, Makoto's gloves are red. Still, that in itself is a pretty flimsy argument. Countless people wear red gloves yesterday. Even one of my subordinates did. I didn't. My hands were freezing yesterday. I couldn't find my black gloves anywhere. I admit, alone it isn't much, but coupled with everything else we know, it's only another nail in the coffin for Mr. Nayaki. Is it now? Ooh, I need some water.
Hold it!
Maybe someone else came and altered the crime scene before the police arrived. I'm afraid that's quite impossible. There are only two types of footprints found in the crime scene. One was proven to be the victim's, and the other was identified. If you couldn't identify it, how do you know they were the defendant's footprints? Because the defendant was at home when we arrested him. He had plenty of time to change or even destroy his shoes. But what we do know is that only two people at the scene, the victim and his killer. I feel like every time I try to get out of this hole, I'm only digging myself deeper down. I'm inclined to agree with all signs point to defendant. I can't read today. It's unfortunate, but sometimes people simply don't plan things all the way through. Mr. Wright, he has to be lying. There's no way he saw Makoto with Mr. South Ice. Blah. I'm sure you're right. Okay, let's do this. I'll just have to find a contradiction in his testimony. Somehow.
Hold it!
Are you absolutely sure of the time? Without a doubt. I plan my days with perfect punctuality in mind. Somehow I don't doubt it. This guy probably accounts for bathroom breaks in his schedules. That's within the time frame of the murder. So what exactly did you see going home?
Hold it!
Maybe more specific, please. Why would you just look in an alleyway? Isn't it sort of tucked away? A bit, yes. However, I love to take in all the sights around me on my walks. I am a very observant person, you know. Uh-huh. But what happened after that?
Hold it!
Are you absolutely sure that's what you saw? Without a doubt, the spiky hair is hard to forget. You're on thin ice, buddy. Remember at the time?
Hold it!
So they weren't doing anything suspicious at the time. Oh, sorry. They were simply talking, although it did look a lot like an argument. If only I'd known it would lead to something as abhorrent as a murder. So you didn't intervene at the time, neither of them saw you? That is correct. So the struggle between the victim and the killer must have happened after you saw this. Precisely. Then that boy must have violently shoved the victim down to his knees and delivered the killing blow. Something about that strikes me as odd. Should I have that as a testimony? Save. Yeah, that's it. Mr. Akufuku, I request that you add your last statement to your testimony. A waste of time, but alright. I'll indulge you. The defendant must have violently shoved the victim to his knees and hit him with the pipe.
Hold it!
Are we supposed to believe that, given their size difference, Makoto overpowered the victim? From the looks of it, while he was tall, the postman did not appear to be particularly strong. It was very possible to throw him off balance. I'm sure even you could do it. What's that supposed to mean? Still, there's something weird about this part of his testimony. I just need to find the evidence that proves it. Anyways, to get back on topic. Arrested, I knew I had to police know what I saw.
Hold it!
How did you hear about the arrest? On the news, of course, which I do not plan to miss today either. I hate to burst your bubble, but I intend to do exactly that. Mr. Wright? I think we have a problem. I couldn't find a single contradiction in his testimony. Me neither. Looks like it's time to press for some more information. Let's consult. Hey, Kamaru, a little help? I think there was something strange about this statement. Try pressing it. Yeah, I already pressed that one. Got it. Thanks. That's cool. Okay, I think it's something to do with this. I just have a feeling about it. Let me look over the evidence. Metal pipe, wallet photo, blackmail note, clear, clean prints in the snow located right beside the victim's body. They make sure to point out cleany prints. If it was violently, wouldn't the knee prints be like super messy or something? I'll give it a try, because I have to think about it. Ooh, the music stopped! Woo! Let me get this right. You claim that Makoto shoved the victim to his knees in the struggle. And then killed him with that metal pipe? Don't make me repeat myself. It adds unnecessarily time to my plans. But yes, that is what I am saying. Well, I claim that's impossible. How so? If we take another look at the knee prints found at the crime scene, I think you'll notice something rather strange about them. You don't mean... Oh, I do mean. Those knee prints are as clean as a whistle. There's no way they were made as a result of being shoved to the ground. What are you saying? I'm saying that the mark this clean could only have been made intentionally, by someone kneeling down on their own free will. But Burnish! Not the one who said the victim had no reason to kneel down like that. That's right, and I still stand by that. Which means the only person who had a reason to kneel down at the crime scene was... There's definitely not an accomplice. We would have heard about that. The victim, we already established no, so the killer, obviously. It has to be the killer. Obviously, the killer knelt down by the body after the murder. That's the only way someone could have left such a clean print in the snow. That does seem to like to be the only option, but why would the culprit do that? Why, to tamper with the scene, of course! They probably wanted to remove all the evidence! Mr. Payne, for once, I completely agree with you. Aha! So you finally admit the defendant is guilty! I never said that. Take another look at the evidence we gathered. All signs point to Makoto being the culprit from the notes to the glove fibers. However, if he really was the killer who knelt down by the body to remove all traces of evidence, why would he leave such an obvious things at the scene? Haha. Yarg! Very well then, Your Honor, if I may, I would like to propose my observed rebuttal to this absurd... Very well, I don't see why not. Does the defense have any objections? None at all, Your Honor. Alright, now we're getting somewhere. Bring it on, Mr. Observant. Bring it. Utaro's theory. Jutoro's. I think it's Jutoro. I understand you think the boy could have not missed such obvious clues. However, which is more likely? He is innocent or you are overestimating his intelligence? Don't call Makoto stupid. There are no other suspects. There are a number of things that point to him and him alone. That red-handed killer was caught red-handed. I'm afraid I have to agree with the witness, given the circumstances. Without a direct contradiction, there is not much that lines up to doubt the defendant's guilt. This doesn't look good, Mr. Wright. Tell me about it. We can't actually disprove any of this evidence, and without it, we can't challenge the claims. Blah. Does that mean he lost? It's over? No, but I don't know what else we can do. We can't give up. I won't. Please, Mr. Wright, I know I'm not as smart or talented as you or Makoto. But I can't lose my brother. Maru. There has to be something! I feel like there is, I'm just not sure what! I feel the same way. There's gotta be a contradiction. Because I believe in my client. Maru's determination proves it too. So if he's really innocent, there must be proof somewhere. At times like this, I just need to turn my thinking around. Instead of asking if there's evidence of Makoto's innocence, we need to assume there is and go from there. I just need to look over everything one more time. Even if it seems irrelevant, I can't overlook a thing. Okay, Phoenix, this is it. If I don't find the hole in this testimony, it's all over. The defense may now begin the cross-examination. Alright. Red-headed killer was caught red-handed. Can we take a look at this again? Oh! Black gloves, not red gloves. Picture Makoto and his friends taken on his monopad at the date of the day of the crime. Oh! Okay, I don't even need to press anything. You're going down.
Objection!
Mr. Akufuku, I'd like to thank you for knocking some sense into you. You're quite welcome. I see you finally realize what a waste of time going around in circles like this is. Very insufficient. Oh, don't worry. What I've got is something concrete as can be. If the court could please take a look at this picture. Oh my, what a lovely photograph! How wonderful to see the youth is displaying such camaraderie. Indeed, Your Honor. But that isn't why I'm showing this to you. It's the picture that was found in the defendant's tablet and was taken just hours before the crime. And what about this picture contradicts the testimony? I'll show you. This is what contradicts the statement.
Take that!
If we take a closer look at this picture, I think we can all see a glaring inconsistency with our current knowledge of the case. What are you? No! Wait! Oh, I see it now. Could it be? That's right, Your Honor. Makoto wasn't red-handed at all, because his gloves in this picture are undeniably black. Impossible! They were red. They always have been red. This can only mean one thing. Only two people were at the scene of the crime, as we've proven, and the killer's red glove fibers were found on the body, then Makoto couldn't have been at the scene. Order, order, order! But, Mr. Wright, what does this mean? It can only mean one thing. Makoto isn't the killer. Who do you propose is? There's no other suspects. No one else was even involved with this case.
Objection!
That's where you're wrong. There is one other person. No one lines up now that I think about it. Someone who planted all of the evidence to frame Makoto. Even going as so far as to deliver the condemning testimony themselves. Your Honor, the defense would like to accuse someone else for the murder of Poe Starface. Starface, blah. Oh my, murder is a very serious charge, Mr. Wright. I implore you to think carefully. The penalty will not be as light if the accusation is unfounded. Understood. Our real killer has to be...
Take that!
Mr. Akufuku, you said earlier that the defendant's gloves are red. Is that correct? Of course it is. I saw them myself. I admit Makoto's gloves are red. His own sister confirmed that to me earlier. Aha! So you admit it! He was the one who touched the body. He was the one who killed him. Quite the opposite. In fact, I believe I know who did. There's only one person who had the reason to be sure that Makoto's gloves were red. To even go so far as to wear the same color gloves when committing the crime to frame him. Someone who planned everything perfectly, who observed every detail in advance. And who had no reason to lie about the glove's color except to cover their own tracks. Mr. Akufuku, you're the only other person involved in this case. It could only have been you! No, that's not... Then how did you know the defendant's gloves were supposed to be red? Inconceivable! Perhaps it was a lucky guess, or he simply got the cutler mistaken.
Objection!
Really? He himself claims to be incredibly sure and observant. And after seeing how detail-oriented he is, I found it hard to believe he'd messed up something so crucial. Which means there's no way we actually saw Makoto that day. It's all one big fat lie to cover up his own crime. Ah, how interesting. So you truly insist on wasting more time? I don't think it's a waste of time at all. We've already proven only two people were on the scene. Quiet! You're just going to put your foot in your mouth and... Ah, that's it. The foot. What? If you'll permit me to return to a previous topic. Why are you so sure the other set of foot shoe prints are the defendants? Am I sure of that? Yes! Yes, because... Mr. Wright, don't tell me you're bluffing again. Not this time. There is something, I need to figure out what it is. Okay. If Makoto's innocent, that means the prints aren't his. And to prove it, we need to examine... Footprint size, right? I request the court to examine the shoe size of the prints. A size? But why? Because there's a correlation between shoe size and height, is there not? And these prints are basically the exact same size as the victims. I find it hard to believe that someone as short as Makoto would have the same size feet as him. Which can only mean... the killer and the victim are approximately the same height. Order! I will have order! And if we use Makoto as a comparison, we can see that Mr. Akufuku fits the criteria perfectly. You innocent lawyer, you are so sure of yourself, aren't you? You think you can discredit my perfect all this testimony? I think not. Oh yeah? Then what am I missing? Motive, of course. That is true. The witness had no clear reason to murder the victim. That's right. I'd never have spoken to the man. Why would I want him dead? Shoot. Well, it certainly seems that way, but... think, Mr. Wright, there has to be something that the victim had that Akamatsu would kill for. Literally. Akafuku. Blah. She's right. I've come too far to back down now. Given the state of the crime scene, we established that there was a struggle. That ended in the victim being struck and murdered. If there was no previous connection between the two people, then whatever the killer wanted to be had to be physical. And what do you propose that was, Mr. Wright? There's only one logical thing it could have been. The evidence shows that the killer must have been after. Red fibers. Can't be that. Maybe... Victim's mailbag. Maybe this?
Take that!
Mr. Sawface was a mailman, correct? And his mailbag was found open at the scene of the crime. That's because it fell in the struggle! That's what we all assumed. But look at it again. Doesn't it seem a little too neatly opened to have been an accident? Consider this. What if the killer opened it themselves? But why would he do that? Retrieve whatever was inside. That would explain it. Ah! Mr. Akafuku, you've proven to this court you never let a detail slip by. If you wanted something inside this mailbag, I don't doubt you found a way to track the package. Didn't you admit earlier that you track mail routes? But of course, I have rescheduled my day, and taking into account the mail routes and TV, you likely confronted the victim, and his refusal to hand over the bag led to a struggle. It was then that you saw the metal pipe and decided to force him to abandon the bag. By taking his life. Ah! Did we get him? Murder? Me? How foolish. It's over, Mr. Akafuku. Just admit you were... It's not over! I refuse to accept this! Somewhere, there has to be a... Aha! There! There's a conflict in your schedule, argument. Your Honor, I'd like to testify again as to why the defense claims are utter luciny. I don't see why not. Proceed, Mr. Akafuku. I've got him backed into a corner now. I can't let him get away. Rescheduled testimony. That picture may show the defendant with black gloves. However, we have no idea why he wasn't wearing his usual color. It could have easily been a trick to throw us off. From whom would we possibly obtain black gloves like that? Without answering that, your case is as flat as paper. Alright, Phoenix, this is it. If I can just come up with this one last explanation, it will be over. I know the last puzzle piece is there somewhere. I just have to put it in place. I believe in you, Mr. Wright. Finish this for my brother and for Mr. Styface. Stopface. Blah. The defense may now begin the cross-examination. Looks like we may finish this in this episode. I think I know what it is already. Oh, excuse me. Kamaru said she was missing her gloves, so...
Objection!
Wait a second. There might just be a place, or rather a person. Someone who told us earlier they just happened to be missing their gloves yesterday. I remember. I didn't... My hands were freezing yesterday. I couldn't find my black gloves anywhere. And that person was Komaru Naegi, the defendant's younger sister. Yeah! Since they're siblings, both have easy access to each other's belongings. My guess is Makoto couldn't find his gloves that morning and decided to borrow his little sister's. That's why his gloves were black that day. Oh my, I will say, as far as siblings go, that is more than a likely scenario. Still, you have no proof that they steal from each other like that. That's only speculation. Actually, I'm glad you brought that up. Because proof is exactly what I have. Impossible! There's no proof possible way! And allow me to convince you. Steve? Just in case. This is my proof that Makoto have access to each other's things. Oh yeah, Makoto's monopad!
Take that!
My, what a frantic contraption! Is this what kids of gadgets these days? Kids of gadgets, the kids are the, what? Ugh. My, what a fancy contraption! This is what the kind of gadgets the kids are into these days. I can't read today. It's not just a gadget, Your Honor, it's a monopad, a school-assigned tablet that belongs to Makoto. If it belongs to the defendant, how did it end up in your hands? It was lent to me by Komaru Naegi herself, who took it from the defendant's room. No! Way to go, Mr. Wright. As you can see, the siblings can, borrow things from each other easily. So that explains why Makoto had black gloves instead of his usual red ones. No! But you, Mr. Akafuku, didn't know this. You likely discovered the defendant and the victim's connection and studied them both well. You did this to be able to frame Makoto from murder should you need to resort to killing Mr. Stopface. Which ended up being exactly what happened. You needled in front of the body and planted the blackmail note in his pocket, leaving behind fibers of the red gloves you intentionally wore. And you almost got away with your perfectly planned crime. However, there is one thing you couldn't plan for, no matter how hard you tried. The unlucky chance that Makoto would be wearing different gloves that day. Well, Mr. Akafuku, do you have anything to say for yourself? Luck. That's what it came down to? My perfectly planned plan foiled by luck? No, there must be a way. A way to fix this. I moved the gloves to the body with a pipe bag to the stove, but then I'd have to find someone else to frame, and that would require much more study. Perhaps I could... Oh my gosh! Warning me! Although I'm a super lawyer. Gosh. Well, this has certainly been an unexpected turn of events. Mr. Payne, what has become of the witness? He's been arrested, Your Honor. Upon further investigation, he was discovered to have been part of an underground ring of, drug smuggling, I guess? And there was indeed an incredibly valuable, gemstone. I hate that the text gets cut off. There was indeed an incredibly valuable gemstone missing from the victim's spell bag. The police will be searching the witness's home where they suspect it was taken. I see. Well, Mr. Wright, it seems like you've done it again. Thank you, Your Honor. But I couldn't have done it without the help of my assistant. Huh? Me? Indeed. Excellent work, both of you. In light of recent events, I am now ready to hand down my verdict. This court finds the defendant, Makoto Naegi, not guilty. Woo! Let's go! Court is adjourned. Wow, we finished this in 2 episodes. Okay. I can't believe it! You did it! You actually did it! Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you! Yep, no sweat. I was only making buckets of it back there. What? Mr. Wright? Can I ask you something? Did you really mean what you said earlier? Huh? In the courtroom, about me being helpful in solving the case. Of course I did. Without you, we wouldn't have had the final evidence we needed to prove Makoto's innocence. Really? Definitely. Here, let me show you. If you hadn't, borrowed this item, this trial may have ended a lot differently.
Take that!
Huh? The monopad? This has a picture of Makoto on it. And without you telling me about your gloves, I might not have made the connection. Do you mean it? I don't go to Hope Academy like my brother or anything. I'm just a normal high school girl, little sister to someone special. Of course I mean it. The schools you go to doesn't change the fact that I couldn't have done this alone. Don't let some title hold you back. Your actions are what counts, at least in my book. Thank you, Mr. Wright. I'm glad you are a lawyer. You know what? Me too. Komaru! Hey, Makoto! Makoto! Aww! Cute! I meant when I said I couldn't have done this without Komaru's help. It was her determination to save her brother that led to this outcome. This is why I became a lawyer. To help people like them. That is adorable. Komaru, Mr. Wright, thank you so much. Anytime, Makoto. I'm just glad everything worked out in the end. I'm gonna tell everyone at school how incredible you were in there. Really? At Hope's Peak? Of course! My friends are going to hear all about it. Wow, thanks! I just hope he leaves out the bluffing part. Speaking of, I think this belongs to you. Oh, my monopad! I figured you'd want it back. I can delete all the evidence on it before you go. Actually, I want you to keep it, Mr. Wright. Huh? Really? Are you sure? Yeah, I can get another one from school. And give it as a thank you for helping out. Well, thank you. I'll keep it as a memento. Wait. Yeah, maybe I should keep this thing somewhere really, really secure. I'm sorry I took it, Makoto. It's okay. Sorry about your gloves. You should be. My hands were freezing, Makoto. I thought you had a spare pair. I lost it a few weeks ago. How was I supposed to know that? I'm still telling Mom. Hey, wait! And with that, my first case involving the students of Hope Speaker Academy came to a close. I went back to the agency with a smile on my face. But little did I know this wouldn't be my last meeting with Makoto Naege. Sooner than anyone expected, that school would be the center of another incident. Yay! Oh, that was great! Oh, I can't wait for the next chapters. I'm so excited. Well, guys, that was Ace Attorney Ultimate Justice. Oh, that was awesome. I can't wait for the next chapters to come out. I definitely will be playing them when they do. Oh, that was so cool. I love that artwork in there too. Well, guys, thanks for watching. If you want to see more videos, like, comment, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you stay up to date with all the newest episodes of anything. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye, guys!